Okay, so we're going to do a show match here. It's going to be Juliette against SourceOdin. A plat against a gold. Juliette being a platinum, but hasn't played in, what, I think he said 2 weeks. And yes, Juliette is a guy. So let's see what happens. So we have SourceOdin off-racing as a Terran, and Juliette playing normal race Protoss, and it's going to be on Xel'Naga Caverns. Xel'Naga Caverns is a 2-player map. Okay. In the bottom left, in the southern spawn location, we have the yellow gold, we'll say gold toss Juliette, and in the upper right we have the teal Terran. SourceOdin is saying that he's been playing Terran in mono battles. So anyways, as you can see, the well, this is interesting. The Terran is going to go not going to put a supply depot at the ramp. Interesting. We have a pylon down now for the Protoss. Just give a little bit of background information on these two players. SourceOdin is a regular in the Night Owl Gold, Silver, Bronze tournaments. In fact, SourceOdin has won a Night Owl tournament, and it places very high each time he plays. Juliette played in the Night Owl tournaments and then got promoted into Platinum, which took Juliette out of the Night Owl tournaments. But that's going to change because I am going to start a Platinum and Under tournament on Sundays, which hopefully Juliette can play in. I'm going to tell him right now that I am starting a Plat League. Okay, here comes the scout in the Protoss scout here in the Terran base. He's going to see a barracks. He's going to see a gas. So he liked the place. He says unless he hits diamond. Okay, so we have a gate already up. We have a core, so we got 1 gate, 1 core. What do we have here? 2 gateways, 1 core. The Terran's going to see all of this in just a second if he can scout with this SCV. Meanwhile, in the Terran base, we have another barracks going down. So we have 2 barracks. We have a tech lab. So I think Juliette was right. We're going to see Marauders. Interesting placements with these barracks, don't you think? Where is this rally point set? Okay, he's setting the rally point up right in front of his ramp. Anyways, back in the Protoss base, we got the Cybernetics core, 1 gate, 2nd gate, and now warp gate technology being researched. Okay. Stalker being produced. Concussive shells, so we are definitely going to see Marauders. In fact, there's one out right now. Another barracks going down for the Terran. I'm thinking a massive Marauder play here. Another tech lab going down on the barracks. Outside the ramp here, what do we have? We have a pylon. So we have a pylon outside the ramp for the Protoss. It makes for you know, it just gives the Protoss a place to spawn his army right outside his ramp there. He's going to expand. Very good. And you can hear everything I do because that's just how I roll, because my mic is on my desk and I don't care. So here's the expansion for the Protoss. And oh, look at this, a proxy pylon. So now we are going to see a three gate expand pressure by the Protoss. It's gonna walk right up the ramp of the Terran. He doesn't know that he didn't wall off. He's gonna find out he didn't wall off right now. So the Protoss is welcome to walk up the ramp if he can get past this brutal Marauder army. But anyways, until the Terran spots this pylon, the Protoss can just simply warp in units right there and then walk up this ramp and try to do as much damage as possible. We're going to see. We have a sentry with this army, so force fields are a possibility. Meanwhile, the Terran is still is 3 Raxing Marauders here, an army. And the Protoss is, what's he doing here now? He's getting a gateway robotics facility, so he will go into Colossus. So we're going to have 4 gates and a robotics facility. What's he doing over here? He's just warping in zealots. Okay, good to go. There was the, okay, I just saw the force field go away. He's prevented the Terran army from coming down the ramp. What he wants to do is trap the Terran army on this ramp so he can just pick off units one at a time at the bottom of this ramp. That's what he wants to do. He wants to do a pressure expansion type build here. And it looks like he's going to go home. So he says, okay, enough of that. The Terran army is too big. And the Terran says, hey, you know what? There's a pylon out here. I'm going to kill it right now. Alright, so the Protoss is going home. The Terran is going to follow him home. He's going to push out with this army that he has. And the Protoss says, wait a second, this guy has an army now. I better go back home and start defending. So that's what he's going to do. And that's why the robotics facility was made, hopefully. So that when this army does show up, he'll have a Colossus ready. Well, we'll have to see what happens. Shields being researched, almost done. Was STEM research? Let me check here. Yes, STEM was research. Oh. Okay, force fields there. The Terran army was able to get around them and get away. This engagement is it looks pretty even. With reinforcements from the Protoss, I think the Protoss will be fine. The probes were scared. He thought he was just going to run by and get the probes. So he moved the probes out of the way. That's fine. This is dangerous for the Protoss because this amount of Marauders can easily take out this Nexus. In fact, this looks pretty bad for the Protoss now. The probes coming in. This is GG. This game is over. Can he hold it? Can he push these Marauders out? Oh my goodness, he's going to be able to clean this up. Okay, the Marauders just turned around and died. Okay. Meanwhile, that allowed the Terran to expand. Here is his command center and his natural observer seeing everything that the Terran is doing. We have more probes transferring since a lot of them were taken out by the Marauders. And let's see here, we have the robotics bay going down. Another pylon to help with supply. So now the question that each player is asking themselves is how was the other player able to macro an army behind that engagement? And that's what it comes down to when it comes to gateway against barracks type play, is how fast can you go between making units and microing the battle. And on a map like Zonaga Caverns, it's very important that you can get your units made or macro up again after an engagement. Sometimes it's better just to leave the engagement just for a second so you can go back to your production facilities and say, okay, I need more units, let's do it, and then go back. Juliette is saying, hey, don't know why. Let's see the worker count. 10 units killed by SourceOdin. So SourceOdin did a very good job with that engagement at the natural of Juliette. Let's check the APM, shall we? Is that Control M? Oops. I enabled the music. Alright, here comes a army. I can go over here and check the APM. Ooh, the Protoss at 113, the Terran at 77. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There you go. Alright, here's another engagement. This doesn't look so good for the Terran, especially with this Colossus in this army now. We're getting charge for the Zealots. Extended thermal lance being in another Colossus. Extended thermal lance being researched, and another Colossus being made. Another gateway going down. Terran army said, okay, let's get out of there. He has Colossus. Which means, okay, there's the starport. So that should cue SourceOdin into making Vikings. So let's see if he does that. He's making barracks. Good job. He's making all kind of depots. Because now, with all these barracks and these production facilities, he's able to macro up an army if an engagement should happen. Okay, so the destructible rocks are being taken down by the Protoss. He says, okay, it's time for a third. Let's see. Terran has control of both Xel'Naga watchtowers. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gates for the Protoss. Twilight Council went down. Do we have a Dark Shrine? No, I don't see a Dark Shrine. Okay, so we got the Twilight Council on... Aha, Blink. Okay, so he's going to hopefully start researching Blink. Oh, okay, nope. He is going Dark Shrine. Where is that going down? Right here. Dark Shrine is going right there. So he went DTs instead of Blink. Interesting. Let me click on one of these stalkers. Nope, he does not have Blink. Okay. So he's going to march out with this army. He's like, okay, if I can put this pressure on, if I can go up here and act like I'm going to put some pressure on, that'll buy me some time to get out these Dark Templars, which the Terran army is absolutely unprepared for. He has no detection whatsoever in this unit composition. So the Protoss is being sneaky. He's like, okay, you know what? I got these Colossus. He's going to think I'm just going to Colossus, Stalker, Sentry, Colossus, Stalker, Sentry, and Zealots. And lo and behold, out of the blue comes a Dark Templar that the Terran army is going to be totally unprepared for. Watch this. Here comes the Dark Templar. He's going to walk right into the base. Here he goes. Here he goes. Oh, 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 oh. Where's he going? He wants to come up here and destroy all these SCVs is what he wants to do. Nope, he's not going to do that. So what's he going to do? He can take out this command center if he wants to. Meanwhile, he's just going to... There's a big engagement going on here. Bio against this Colossus, Stalkers, Zealot, Sentry army. Look at the force fields. Ooh. So this engagement's going pretty good. And then that Dark Templar is doing massive damage to these SCVs here. One-shotting the SCVs. Oh, man. Oh. Terran overextended himself. Has to get out. Has to go back home. This Dark Templar is just wreaking havoc. The Terran is not prepared for this Dark Templar. He needs to put down a... Does he have a bed? SourceOdin is not prepared for this in the least. He needs a... Okay, there's a scan. He needs turrets. Oh, there's his engineering bay. Okay, I was a little lost. Alright, so the Terran's getting the rocks. Oh, man, okay, so and look at this, the Terran's taking the gold, and look at this, the Protoss took out the gold rocks also, but the Protoss has been on a third base all of this time, and has 1, 2, 3, 4 more gates in this base. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gates in that base. So the Protoss is at the point now where he can just macro up massive units. Ooh, this bio ball by the Terran, man. Terran has 1 attack. Protoss has 2 attack on the Zealots, and the Stalkers have 2 attack. Oops, stimming. He wants to chase this Protoss army. Hey, here's a warp prism. Just hanging out saying, yo, I can see this from above. I don't know about the Terran doing this. I don't know about SourceOdin. He shouldn't be doing this. He's just lost his army. Ah, okay. So he just wanted to see how far that little bio ball could go, and when it was done, he said, okay, that's my game. That was SourceOdin against Juliette in a little show match there. And hope you enjoyed.